Many people find it challenging to speak and understand conversations with native English speakers. Practicing both speaking and listening is essential for improving your fluency and confidence. In this podcast, we help you enhance your English skills through engaging dialogues. Today's episode features Sophia and Lenny as they discuss the surprising health risks of sitting for too long. Listen closely to their conversation and practice your English listening and speaking skills along the way. Let's get started.
Hey, Lenny. How's it going today?
Hey, Sophia. Doing well, thanks. You know, I've been thinking about something lately. We sit a lot, working, commuting, watching TV. Have you ever considered how bad sitting might be for our health?
Oh, I've read a little about that. It's shocking how much of our day is spent sitting. I think most of us don't even realize it. But yeah, it's not great for our bodies, right?
Exactly. It's actually been called the new smoking by some health experts, which is pretty intense when you think about it.
Wow, the new smoking. That's serious. But why do they compare it to smoking? What makes sitting that harmful?
Well, the reason is that prolonged sitting has been linked to various health problems, much like smoking. It increases the risk of things like heart disease, diabetes, and even early death. There's this study that found people who sit for more than 6 hours a day have a higher risk of developing chronic illnesses.
Whoa, 6 hours? That's basically everyone, right? I mean, think about office workers. They sit in front of a computer all day long, and then they go home and sit some more in front of the TV.
Exactly. And what's even scarier is that regular exercise might not completely reverse the effects of sitting. Even if you hit the gym after a long day at the office, it might not undo all the damage of sitting for hours on end.
No way. So, you're telling me that just going for a run after work isn't enough to make up for sitting all day?
Yep. It turns out that sitting for too long affects your metabolism and slows down the body's ability to regulate blood sugar and blood pressure. And over time, this can lead to weight gain, cardiovascular problems, and other health issues. Exercise is still important, but it's not a cure-all for sitting.
Okay, that's kind of terrifying. But what exactly happens to our bodies when we sit for too long? I've heard something about muscle degeneration, or is that just a myth?
No, that's absolutely true. When we sit, certain muscles, especially those in the legs and lower back, aren't being used, so they start to weaken over time. Sitting causes your muscles to remain in a static position, which leads to stiffness, a lack of flexibility, and even loss of muscle mass.
That makes sense. I always feel stiff after sitting for a long time. My back hurts, my neck feels tight, and sometimes I even get cramps in my legs.
You're not alone in that. When we sit for extended periods, we're often in a bad posture too, which puts a lot of strain on the spine. You end up slouching or leaning forward, and over time, this can lead to issues like herniated discs or chronic back pain. Not to mention how it affects your neck and shoulders.
Ugh, I'm already feeling it just thinking about it. But what about things like circulation? I've heard that sitting can affect blood flow too.
Absolutely. When you sit for too long, blood flow slows down, particularly to your legs. This can cause fluid to pool in the lower limbs, leading to swelling and, in extreme cases, blood clots. There's even something called deep vein thrombosis, DVT, which is when a blood clot forms in a deep vein, usually in the legs. This can be dangerous if it travels to your lungs.
Wow, that's scary. I've heard about DVT from people who travel long distances by plane, but I didn't realize it could happen just from sitting at a desk.
Yeah, and it's not just office workers or long-haul travelers who are at risk. Anyone who spends a lot of time sitting without standing up and moving around is at risk. Even if you're watching TV at home or playing video games for hours on end, it can contribute to these problems.
Okay, so sitting sounds like a serious problem, but what can we actually do about it? Most of us have to sit for work or school. How do we avoid all these health issues?
Great question. The key is to incorporate movement throughout the day. You've probably heard of the sit less, move more approach. It's not about eliminating sitting completely, that's unrealistic, but it's about breaking up long periods of sitting with short bursts of activity. Standing up every 30 minutes is a great start.
That sounds doable. So, what kind of movement are we talking about? Do we need to hit the gym every hour?
Not at all. Even simple movements can make a big difference. Just standing up and stretching for a few minutes, walking around your office, or doing some light exercises like leg lifts or shoulder rolls can help. There's also a trend of using standing desks or adjustable workstations so you can alternate between sitting and standing.
Standing desks are becoming more popular, right? I've seen a lot of companies offering them to their employees.
Yeah, they're definitely gaining popularity. Some people also use treadmill desks where they can walk slowly while they work. It's all about keeping your body in motion and avoiding those long, uninterrupted periods of sitting.
I think I could get into that. A treadmill desk might be a bit much for me, but standing up every 30 minutes sounds manageable. Do you think stretching also helps with the stiffness?
Definitely. Stretching is a great way to relieve tension and improve flexibility. Even if you're sitting, you can do stretches to loosen up your muscles. For example, stretching your arms above your head or rotating your neck can make a big difference.
I feel like I need to start doing that right now. So, we've talked about muscles and circulation. What about our mental health? Does sitting affect that too?
Yes, it does. There's evidence suggesting that sitting for long periods can lead to mental health issues like anxiety and depression. It's partly because sitting too much can reduce the production of feel-good hormones like endorphins, and it can also make us feel more lethargic and less motivated to move. Exercise and movement, on the other hand, have been shown to improve mood and reduce stress.
That makes so much sense. I always feel more energized and positive after a walk or a workout, even if it's just a short one.
Exactly. And that's why incorporating regular movement into your day can benefit not just your physical health, but your mental health too. It's a win-win.
So, to sum it up, sitting for long periods can lead to muscle degeneration, poor circulation, heart disease, and even mental health issues. But the good news is we can combat all that by standing up more often, stretching, and staying active throughout the day.
You got it. The main takeaway here is that sitting is not inherently bad, but sitting too much without breaks is what causes the problems. We just need to be more mindful of how much we're sitting and make an effort to move regularly.
I think that's a message we all need to hear. Thanks for breaking it down, Lenny. I'm definitely going to make an effort to stand up and move more during the day.
Same here, Sophia. Let's keep each other accountable. And for everyone listening, take a moment right now, yes, right now, to stand up, stretch, and give your body a little love. Your health will thank you for it.
Great advice. All right, that's it for today's episode. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and don't forget to keep moving.
Until next time, stay active and stay healthy.